What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma if you're new here, and I talk about all things Peloton cycling and fitness, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post every single Sunday, and today's video I will be reviewing the Peloton Standing Core collection that's taught by Rebecca Kennedy. So I think this has been out for a while now, but I didn't really look at it until recently, and I was like, oh, you know what? It's only 11 classes. I can commit to taking it. The description is: take your workout anywhere with these high energy off the floor core classes from Rebecca Kennedy. Standing core classes work to strengthen your abdominal and lower back muscles without needing a mat. And first off, I know I could have more core exercises in my workout. I feel like my peak core was when I was doing hardcore on the floor, because it starts with 10 minutes of core every day. And honestly, I hated that. I just don't like doing core exercises, which is kind of like why I let it fall off. But I will say that I feel the strongest when I am doing core exercises regularly. I can definitely feel the difference in my running and my cycling when I have like a super strong core. And now basically the only core I do is like if I'm taking an Equinox strength class and they do core in it, and like that's not that frequent. It's not like taking a class that only targets core. So I definitely feel like this can kind of get me back into the groove of taking core classes. And then second off, I just love the idea of standing core. I've actually already taken 2 of the classes in this collection. I'm guessing they were on the hardcore calendar, but I don't remember anything about them. So I'm excited. I'm just gonna go through and take all 11, all with Rebecca Kennedy. She's kind of like in mid-tier for me in terms of strength instructors. So I'm curious to see will I really enjoy this, or will I hate it, or will it be in the middle? But yeah, I really enjoy the thought of not laying down on a mat. I just get super sweaty super quickly. So anything that's standing instead of laying on a mat is optimal for me. And I think that it'll also kind of be fun and different core moves. That's the other thing. When I was doing core almost every day, I feel like I was getting burnt out because there's only so many core moves you can do. So I was just doing the same exact core moves every single day. So I'm interested to see what she brings to these classes to, make them a little bit more interesting. And I'm sure there'll be standing versions of some things. I anticipate standing versions of crunches, but I'm interested to see what else she brings. So today I'm just gonna do the first class in the collection, which is actually listed as the last class, but it is the oldest. So I figured I'd go oldest to newest. And it is a 10-minute standing core strength class by Rebecca Kennedy, tagged intermediate from February 24th, 2021. So we'll see. I feel like 10 minutes is a really good amount of time to do core. There's some 5-minute classes in this collection, which I think is a little short. And then there's a 20-minute, which I think is a little long. I feel like 10 minutes is the sweet spot. So let's go to the gym and just knock out the standing core class. I am back from the gym, and I thought that standing core class was pretty interesting. It was different than I expected. I don't really know what I was expecting going in, but we did a lot of almost cardio moves with core focus. At first we were doing a lot of reaching around, and we would learn the moves, and then we'd go faster. And we did 2 or 3 sets of different moves, kind of twisting your core a lot. And then we also did a lot of deadlift inspired moves, which kind of makes sense. We did a lot of good mornings, and then we did 1 foot deadlifts, which is also very core intensive. This was all without weights. And then we did some standing crunches. She called them cat cows, but I guess you do that in the cat cow position, but you were just on one leg. So that was also kind of hard. I thought it was fun. I liked it. I liked it a lot more than a sitting core class. I don't know if it worked my core as hard, but I'm excited to see what the other classes are if they're different or the same. And yeah, I just really like the idea of standing core. I did it in the gym, but it would definitely be easy to do in your house or really anywhere you had time. I feel I read something nurses doing standing core classes in between patients, or a mom waiting for like their kid to be done with soccer. Like I feel like if you just have some time in your day where you're not doing anything, like you could easily work in a standing core class, which I think is pretty cool. So excited to see where the rest of the week takes us. It is now 2 days later. It's actually Sunday. I took my rest day yesterday. So now I'm ready to get right back into these standing core workouts. The next up is a 10-minute standing core strength class by Rebecca Kennedy from October 4th, 2021. It's also tagged intermediate. I didn't feel like the one that I did 2 days ago was really like intermediate level, so I'm curious to see what this one is like. It also doesn't say you need dumbbells, but there's a picture of her with dumbbells as the cover photo. So I'm just going to get a light pair. I've also done this class in the past. It shows that I've done it, but I have no like recollection of taking this. So, curious to see what it's like with dumbbells. I feel like a really big struggle of doing core with dumbbells is like finding the balance that it's a good core workout and it's not like an arms workout. So let's go to the gym and just get right on into this core workout. Afterwards, I'm going to do some bar. It's going to be a good day at the gym. I enjoyed that standing core more than the first one. I thought the dumbbells were actually a very, very nice addition. And for the most part, it really felt like we were working the core. It was definitely less choreo based and more like a typical core class where you did a move for like 30 seconds. We did like a small warm up and then we did like one side focus for I think like 3 minutes and then the other side focus for 3 minutes and then ended it with kind of something to bring up the heart rate. Some punches, a lot of crunches standing though. So that was definitely something to get used to at the beginning. I don't think I had perfect form, but by the end I was definitely feeling it more in my core. We worked on the obliques. I thought it was really good and very, very upbeat. Pretty much everything we did was like on the beat, which I found fun because I feel like sometimes core classes like drag a little bit. And this one, you were just constantly moving, constantly changing what you were doing. I just felt like it was really, really great. I'd highly recommend. The only weird thing I thought was that she kept being like, oh, you can like do this anywhere, anytime. But like you need dumbbells. Like she's like, you can do it body weight, but I feel like the dumbbells made it way more effective. So I don't know how much you could do it anywhere, anytime, but I did really enjoy this one compared to the last one. The last one was good too, but I like this one more. So I'm interested to see like what the rest are like. It's very interesting that the first two were very different. So hopefully they're all kind of like unique. It is now the next day. It's Monday morning and I'm about to go right out the door and go into a cycling class. I'm still trying to like get my schedule down of what I want to do like each day. In Los Angeles, I had like a very strict routine that I fell into because I liked different instructors so much that I would always take the same class like every week. And I haven't found that yet, but we're going to try out a new cycling class today. And then afterwards, since I do not have time before, I'm going to be doing standing core. And I feel like this is one of the biggest things for me because once I do a cycling class, I'm going to be beyond sweaty. Like it's not a question. I do not want to lay down and like lay in my sweat. So it'll be really interesting to see like how I like the standing core. I think I will like it a lot more than like sitting because I am sweaty, but at least I'm not like sweating all over myself and just like laying in my sweat. So I'm excited for that to try it after a workout. And I'm actually going to do 2 standing core classes today because the first one is a 5-minute standing core strength class by Rebecca Kennedy from November 15th, 2021. I just don't believe that 5-minute standing core strength classes can be that effective. Maybe since I'm already warm, it will feel that way, but especially if you're not warm, it like takes me 5 minutes to warm up. So after that, I'm going to take the 10-minute standing core strength class by Rebecca Kennedy from December 7th, 2021 and stack them. 15 minutes of standing core might feel a little long, but we're going to try it out today, see how it goes, and I'll let you know. So let's go to the gym, cycle a bit, and do some standing core. I have to take back what I said about the 5-minute core classes, like not being enough time to warm up. I definitely think it helped that I did cycling beforehand, so I was already like pretty warm, but we were really getting after it in that 5-minute class. We had a lightweight. I always use 5 pounds. I kind of wonder if I should go down to like 3 pounds though, because sometimes I feel like I feel it more in my arms than my core. But we were really moving around, like picking up our legs, moving our arms, and it really got my heart rate up. For core, I would say my heart rate is usually around 100 beats per minute, and it went up to like 130 for this class, which is pretty high. So you could definitely tell I was moving around a lot, and it was also like Britney Spears themed. It was only 5 minutes, but she played a 5-minute Britney Spears remix, which I thought was fun. Like, I like Britney Spears. Always a nice touch to the class. Rebecca was great. We really got after it for the 5 minutes. I could definitely see, like, if you only have 5 minutes in the day and you want to do a standing core class, like, I think that this would be great. Like, you're really going to get a quick workout in, but it's going to be a good one. And then the 10-minute standing core class I did afterwards was definitely the hardest standing core class that I've done so far. I feel like the movements were really fast. Everything's on the beat for like pretty much all of these, which I enjoy because I like fast movements rather than like holding it, because I actually think that slower movements are harder. But this was so fast that I was like not hitting all of the moves. I just tried my best. We had a weight, so maybe if I was using a lighter weight, I would have been able to keep up. But yeah, just very quick movements. It felt good. I still feel like I don't really know if I'm doing all the movements correctly, because sometimes I feel like I'm working out my arms more than my core. She does give like a lot of advice on what to focus on to try to target the core, but I don't know if I'm the best at it yet. I think it might take some practice, but overall, definitely 2 great core classes. 15 minutes of core is definitely a challenge for me after like not doing dedicated core for a while, but you know, we made it through it, and now it's time to enjoy the rest of my Monday. It is now the next day and it's early. It's like 6:40 a.m. I really like a yoga class that's at 7:15 a.m., which, you know, it's a little bit of a stretch some days to get to. So I'm definitely going to do my standing core of the day after the yoga class. But today I'm going to skip around a little bit because the next class is a 5-minute class. And then the class after that is 15 minutes, and I don't want to stack them. So today I'm just going to do the 15-minute standing core strength class by Rebecca Kennedy from May 18th, 2022, tagged intermediate. I'm a little afraid 15 minutes is kind of long, but I feel like a 15-minute class has more breaks than like a 5 and 10-minute class stacked. So, you know, we'll see. Going into this with an open mind, and let's go to the gym, do some yoga, and then tackle this 15-minute strength class. I actually really enjoyed that 15-minute standing core class. After the yoga class I took, I felt like I didn't really want to do like a core class. I'm like, oh, I feel so relaxed and stretched out. But I was like, you know what, let's do it anyways. And I started it, and Rebecca's like, oh, this is a Pilates inspired class. Feel like Pilates is a little bit of a buzzword at this point, but it was very different than the other standing core classes. Very slow movements, which I liked. I felt like it gave me a little more time to get the form right and like really feel it in my core, and a lot of like twisting. So she broke it up into 3 blocks, 5 minutes each. And the first 2 blocks were mostly focused on just kind of like different amounts of twisting and maybe some like side crunches. And then the last block was a lot of one leg deadlifts, which were significantly harder than the first 2 blocks. But at that point I had like warmed up, and it felt really good to get those in too. So it like kind of all worked out really well. And I just feel like it was structured really well. So if you want a class that's a little bit longer and a class that focuses more on the movement, I would really recommend this one. I feel like the upbeat ones also have their place. Like, I like those. They keep me like more engaged, but it was nice to slow it down a little bit today and just really focus on getting the movement right. And the deadlifts at the end were really hard. Like, I was struggling. So 10 out of 10, really enjoyed the class today. I'm really surprised like how different each class has been so far, but I've really been enjoying it. It is now Wednesday. It's hump day, and I'm ready for some more 4 standing core classes. So I am going to do a strength class today, but I'm going to do my standing core first because I have time. So first I'm going to try a 5-minute standing core class by Rebecca Kennedy, tagged intermediate from February 14th, 2022. I'm interested to see what I think about going into a 5-minute standing core class cold. I thought the other one did a good job of like getting the heart rate up pretty fast. So I'm interested to see like what this one is like when I hadn't done a cycling class before it. And then afterwards, I'm going to stack it with a 10-minute standing core strength class by Rebecca Kennedy from May 18th, 2022. Also tagged intermediate. It doesn't look like you need weights in either one of these, but you might need a towel for the second one. I feel like the equipment listed, like there's no equipment listed for any of these classes, but like you do need some equipment, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Let's go to the gym and knock out these 2 standing core strength classes. No surprise here really, but I really enjoyed both of the classes. I still stick that the 5-minute core class like really just got right on into it, really elevated my heart rate quickly, and I felt like it was a great workout for 5 minutes. I would like highly recommend 5-minute standing core over just like normal 5-minute core. I just feel like it really throws you into it. But the 5-minute core class was good. It was kind of just a mix of a lot of the other classes we've already taken. There was nothing like super new about it, but I thought it was effective. We did some like deadlifts, 1-leg deadlifts, which appear again and again, some like toe taps and some twisting. And then the 10-minute core, I actually really enjoyed. I think that the addition of a towel is really great. A lot of the time we were just holding it tight and like twisting or doing the same moves that we've done before, but with the towel. And I found that holding the towel while doing single leg deadlifts actually helped me with my balance a lot. And I felt it a lot more in my core because I felt like I could focus on my core because I wasn't worried about balance. But highly recommend the towel class. I'd probably take one of the earlier 10-minute core classes just to kind of be introduced to the moves. But I think after that, going to the towel just kind of like amps it up a notch. And yeah, I really enjoyed both and really no complaints so far. Good morning. It is now Thursday and you know, I'm ready for the weekend. I'm feeling a little rough today. I'm just going to do another yoga class. It is a yoga week. I want to feel relaxed and refreshed. But before that, I'm going to throw in a standing core class. And today I'm a little nervous because this is the only 20-minute one. So it's 20 minutes standing core strength by Rebecca Kennedy, tagged intermediate from May 18th, 2022. She has some weights in the picture. It'll be interesting to see what we do for the full 20 minutes, but I trust Rebecca not to lead us down the wrong path. So let's go to the gym, knock out this 20-minute core class, do some yoga, and be done with the workout for the day. I was definitely nervous about that class because I would never pick a 20-minute core class on my own to take, but I did like it. I think there was a lot of potential for it to drag, but I feel like Rebecca mixed up the moves enough that it didn't feel like it was dragging. She kind of divided it into like a bunch of different sections. We did a warm-up. We actually did 2 different sets of weights. So we did a light set, which she said 5 pounds, which was used mostly for like punches, and then a heavy set, which you just needed 1, and she said like 10 to 15 pounds. I used 10, and a lot of that was like doing different kinds of twists. So we did the warm-up, we started with the light set, we went to the heavy set, and then I think we finished with the light set again. Definitely a lot of moves that we've seen before, a lot of like deadlift inspired moves, a lot of balance, a lot of twists. but I thought that it was a pretty effective workout, especially for 20 minutes. It didn't really drag and you got in a bunch of different moves. I also felt like it was definitely a little bit slower again, which was nice. I feel like I'm really starting to get the correct form, especially for standing crunches. When I first started, I felt like I wasn't doing them right, and now I feel it more in my core. And she also gave a lot of tips on form in this one. So really a great class. I really enjoyed it. No complaints. Thought it might be kind of rough with 20 minutes, but we got through it. I still feel like I like using a towel more than weights, but I'm definitely starting to feel it more in my core with the weights. She also stressed that with core, there's like not a benefit to doing the move a bunch of times. So she's like, oh, we'll only do it like once or twice, which I thought was interesting because I've just never heard that advice before. But I feel like I don't know that much about core. And I also feel like I hear like a lot of different things from different people. So it was just overall interesting, good class. And yeah, if you're looking for like a little bit longer of a core class, I would highly recommend. It is now the next day. It is Friday. I am very, very excited for the weekend. I'm also doing a cycling class today, so I'm drinking a Celsius and I'm very hyper, ready to go and do some cycling and some standing core. I'm just going to do a lot of standing core today. I'm going to commit and see what it's like. It's not that much. I'm just going to stack 2 10-minute classes. I'm curious to see like how that compares to a 20-minute core class and which one I like better. And I just want to mix it up. I am going to do this after my cycling again because I do not have time before. If I was able to, I would pretty much always do core before like whatever exercise I'm doing. But with set class times, that is the beauty of Peloton and the negative of all the other like in-person studio classes. Gotta abide by those times. So today, they're actually both called the same thing. They're both 10-minute standing core strength classes by Rebecca Kennedy, released on August 1st, 2022. She released a batch of like 3 classes on August 1st. So the first one I'm going to do is the one where she's wearing like yellow shorts. And the second one, as she's wearing a red sports bra, because I literally don't know how to differentiate between the two otherwise. So let's go to the gym, do some cycling, and do some core strength before the weekend. I don't know if it's because I've just done so many of these classes at this point, or if I'm so used to doing it with weights, but both of these were body weight classes and I didn't really like either of them. I feel like the towel one is still my favorite, and then I like the weights than no body weight. The first one, we focused a lot on windmills, which I don't think we've done in any of the other classes, which is kind of like bending to the side and looking up. It definitely has a certain technique and we like really worked on it. So I felt like I was doing the move right and it was fine. That just was like the majority of the class though. But I liked that one better than the second one, which is the one where she's wearing the red sports bra. That one was just super, super fast. Like pretty much everything was on beat. And again, I couldn't keep up with everything. And I just feel like at that point, it's like more cardio than core, which is like not a bad thing, but I'm taking a standing core class for a reason. I like wanted to work my core. So both of those were not my favorite. So I'm interested to see like what the other class in this drop is like, which I'll take tomorrow. I just feel like the classes I've taken this past week were better than these classes today. But I don't know, if you've taken all of these, like let me know what you think. I am wondering if I'm just also getting burnt out on core. So we'll see what I think tomorrow before I give my final review. It is now the next day. It is Saturday, and today we're going to be doing the last standing core class in this collection. And that is a 15-minute standing core strength class by Rebecca Kennedy from August 1st, 2022. Tagged intermediate, you need medium weights. So I'm interested to see. We've only done that one other time. 15 minutes is a little long, but I feel like we can do it today. I'm going to do a strength equinox class beforehand and then go right into this standing core strength class to wrap up my workout for the day. So let's go to the gym and do this workout. I did really like that standing core class. It was 15 minutes and every 1 minute you changed moves. So it felt very, very reminiscent of like Just Sims Flash 15, just only standing core. So if you want to do Flash 15 that only focuses on core, I would highly recommend this class. Lots of different moves, some new ones that we haven't seen yet, which I thought is kind of cool that she like keeps adding new moves and it's not just repeating. I will say my only complaint is sometimes she would teach the move slowly and I would get it. And then she's like, all right, we're going to speed it up now. And I couldn't keep up with the sped up version. But I'm glad that she took the time at the beginning of the minute to show it slow. And then I just like continued to do it slow. And I feel like it was still an effective workout. I did 10 pounds for medium weights, but honestly, I feel like I could have gone up to 15. There was some like halo, some holding it over your head. It wasn't like super, super intense movements with the weight. So I feel like I could have gone a little bit heavier, but 10 pounds was still good. So overall, really like the class. I like that we didn't repeat anything. It kind of kept it moving along. And even if I didn't like a move, it was only 1 minute long and I knew that we weren't going to come back to it. So 2 thumbs up. I really enjoyed the class. And just in general, I really enjoyed this standing core collection that I'm now finished with. I like that all the classes are pretty different depending on what you want, and I know that I will go back and retake them. I don't know if I'll do core every single day. It has been kind of a lot this past week, but I do want to get more into taking dedicated core classes. I really like the standing core because you can kind of knock it out anywhere if you're not using weights, and that if I do it after a class, I don't have to be in my sweat. That's like the biggest thing for me. And honestly, my opinion of Rebecca Kennedy has gone up a lot since taking these classes. I feel like I just was taking like random classes of hers before, but I really like how these are structured. I really like how she keeps them fresh and new and interesting, and I will definitely be taking them in the future. So let me know if you've taken standing core, what you think of it. I was really, really pleasantly surprised just because I feel like I am not somebody that enjoys core. And let me know if there's any other collections you think I should check out. I feel like sometimes it's a little overwhelming. There's a lot, but I did really, really like this one. I hope you guys are staying safe, having an awesome week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.